Like I finished, you know, I watched the finale of The Boys, but I think I'm gonna have to kind of recap it for myself. Make sure I remember everything that we need to talk about. It's gonna be free flow tomorrow. I'm not gonna follow any kind of thing. We're just gonna talk about it. We're just gonna be like, okay, do you like it? Blah blah blah. Okay, well then let's get into the shit, and then we're just gonna talk about whatever comes to us.
All right. Shadowheart might need attached.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Never a dull moment.
Okay. Alright, so we got past that guy?
It might just be there's not
Mm.
much left.
I ended up just intimidating him.
Okay.
I'm sure you'll manage. It's not as if you're going to survive just yet. Have you seen how much the prices have risen? Might as well be throwing my gold straight into the lava elemental.
The lava elemental looks at you placidly, mere unfathomable heat beating against your face.
Gross.
Yeah.
He's like a living scab.
Welcome back, dear patron. Remember that the great wizard doesn't suffer fools who waste his time. Let your knowledge determine your path forward.
Oh yeah.
I think it's blue, if I recall correctly.
There's a real quick fix for that. Color order.
Okay, I saved.
Color order.
I went through the blue one on the left.
Hold very still, Nicklaw.
Stop listening. Okay. What the hell's going on? Blue one on the left. Better be listening.
We have a visitor. At ease. Nicklaw, you may go. I see no night song. Surely you wouldn't have entered my tower without the night song in hand? Surely you wouldn't have wasted my time?
Hey, what's up, Rena?
You'll have more gratitude than you know how to count once the night song is in my hands. Do you have it or not?
What do you want, listener?
She? Then you do know her. You've been to Shah's
Rena
temple,
says, stop calling her Shirley.
to the Shadowfell. You've looked upon the night song's face. Tell me, and choose your next words carefully.
We don't make films like Airplane anymore.
Thank God. No, I mean, because Airplane, look,
Growing tired
from the crap of people and the writing that's out there, they wouldn't know how to, they wouldn't even know how to come close.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Plus, it's just,
Isn't it? worth more than your life, too.
It's
I
too
bought it from a
silly
cover
and
shop
broad
warlock.
for today's
Very little of
audiences
his
of
soul left to him.
cell
I
phones
can
in their
bind
face.
Celestial to the wearer's service with a snap of the fingers. And this?
I'm not saying those people can't enjoy movies like
This
Airplane.
can keep her in place.
I'm saying they can't write movies like Airplane.
Forever. It didn't work out for poor Ketherick, did it?
The only people I would trust
He was
with
fool,
even attempting to write something that
mercenary.
broad and weird,
Hoard out his soul to whichever god flattered
Man.
him.
I don't know.
I serve no
I
god.
probably want a mix of
But that which
old
stares
Simpsons
back at me
writers
in the
and
mirror. The
the
night song will be
MST3K
put
guys.
to a grand purpose, equalizing
We need people that
man
are fast,
and God.
fast,
Whoever helps
quick-witted,
me attain
people
that
that are
which I
like
seek
boom joke,
will
boom
be
joke, boom
greatly
joke.
rewarded.
Like they can't do
And you
that.
also, the thing, you'd have to have a serious movie underneath this stupidity, too, because like there's
Yeah.
like a structure there that they're
Or
like mocking openly.
mocking. Well, it was mocking. It was making fun of disaster movies. So they've done all that bullshit. Like look
It
what
was
they did.
basically a remake of 0 Hour.
But look what they did with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They died. Like the Naked Gun was the last one.
Of
Like
course
if you,
not.
I think that
But
they're all
perhaps
pretty funny
after
at
enough
times.
lifetimes,
The first one
I
especially.
might make a
It's
start
like
of it.
anything like an Austin Powers movie.
He would seek the power
You get
of
diminishing
gods for the
returns because they use
pettiest
the
of
same jokes
reasons.
over and over and over
His
again.
own gratification. At least I seek them
Well,
for the better of all.
I think
What's
Naked
that?
Gun,
I didn't
maybe
quite
Robin
catch the
Hood,
words,
Men
but
in
the
Tights, because
insolent
people swear by
tone
it.
was
I
clear
haven't
enough.
been
Pitying,
able to sit through the whole
not
thing.
insolent. You chase one power
It's
without
But
knowing
like
an even
all
greater
right.
one lies
once
within my
once
reach.
Scary Movie came,
Crown of castles.
that was it.
Yeah.
That
Once
was
we
over.
acquire it, your ambitions will be dwarfed.
And not like, and I
You'll
don't
be
mean
able to
like the
stand
obvious
against
ones
Mystra
like
and
the
wrest
Leslie
her
Nielsen
powers from
directed
her for the
DVD or
betterment
whatever movies that were
of
coming
all.
out like.
The
Or like
crown
Dracula,
of
Dead and Loving It,
nonsense.
and blah blah blah. They was just them running
Nonsense.
that into the ground.
Even
Like
if it still existed,
even the Hot
you
Shots
couldn't
movies,
possibly handle its
like I
power.
do consider them to be part of this
Perhaps
too.
you
So
could
like
not. But
they're
Netherill's
on that
power
same
is in my
kind of
blood.
level as
And
Airplane,
Mystra?
but they were
I
also
know her
from
in
that
ways
time
that most
period. So
mortals
like
can
right
only
in that
dream of.
early '90s, like right before '95, like around '95,
So
is when it was like pretty
is
much dead.
you.
And then Scary Movie comes
Mistress
out in like the late
discarded
'90s, early
lapdog.
2000s, and it's over.
And now you think
Or
your
at least
bark is coarse
it's not
to
that
make me
people didn't
tremble?
find it funny. It just it wasn't
There
the
is no
same kind
need for
of
me to
like.
bark. My actions will speak for themselves.
It became
In
more about the
time.
thing they're making fun of
Then
than
go.
the joke being funny.
Act. I'll open a
Yeah.
fine vintage in your name once word of your failure reaches me.
It just shows that the different kind of humor
Yeah.
that
Like
people will.
Airplane was like they. Part of why it worked is they had serious actors
Yeah,
taking it seriously.
yeah,
The dumbest shit.
yeah,
And like the Scary Movie is it's just clowns.
yeah, yeah. Well, Naked Gun is a cop, like a dirty, hairy cop movie,
Mm-hmm.
where it's just the cop is just an idiot, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Hot Shots even, it's like a Top Gun serious, like we gotta fight the enemy
We
shit, but it's
shall
just
see,
goofball.
won't we? Do as I say,
But
and you will be
because I
rewarded
almost forgot
beyond
those, and I do like
imagination.
those movies as much as I don't like Charlie
Fail,
Sheen.
and you
They're
give up the
they're pretty silly in
prize
that, right?
to the
Almost
next
like not quite
motivated
Airplane, but
mercenary
right around there.
to
Like it's a mix
encounter
between
my
Airplane and Naked Gun.
contract. The
But
choice is yours,
they were all from the Zucker
but
brothers,
make no
and
mistake.
those guys have a different,
I
like their
always
timing. I mean,
get what I want.
we're talking about people who learned from like what they watched when they were young and everything. Like their influences were different than the influences today. So like the people who made Scary Movie, they watched Airplane. They didn't watch the people that like influenced the people who watched Airplane. So they were just like, okay, here's the fucking silly, blah blah blah. We just make jokes about it. We go, oh, this is from that and this is from that. But it's like most of the goddamn jokes in Airplane and all of them, like, they were less. They weren't flashing like pop culture at you. They actually had
Yeah.
jokes and situations. Now, by the time they got to Hot Shots, that's when they did a lot more parody. And that's where it was like, okay, this is pretty silly. It's like that. It was like passing the torch between.
Yeah,
It's like the
Saddam
thing.
Hussein turning into the liquid metal.
Yeah, like it was the series of movies that bridged between Airplane, Naked Gun, and Scary Movie, where it was like the two things that they were gonna be doing. Like they were putting more of the pop culture stuff in, and then by the time Scary Movie comes out, all the pop culture stuff just stays in there, and the characters are just like stereotypes. And then after that, they just gave up altogether. You know, like as bad as Date Movie is, it's like it still had some characters. They sucked. But like then after that, it was like there's no characters in these, and then it was like they weren't. You couldn't even tell which one was like a direct to DVD and one that had been out at the movies. So
Yeah.
and it really does show that they were just. They knew how to make fun. They knew how to make fun of a piece of pop culture. They didn't know how to make jokes that would make that pop culture reference funny.
And they didn't know how to have a movie underneath it.
Yeah.
It was just like eating a big spoonful of Mrs. Dash.
Hey, everybody, you're getting like a nice little conversation here, you know?
Yeah.
No, because, yeah, for real, I mean, the Zucker brothers, I would assume, probably came from, like, you know, old improv, like, the older guys, like, I'd almost say that their influences might even go back to, like vaudeville almost, but it's more likely that they were just, their influences were people like Jack Benny and fucking, you know, those guys, that era, the first era of television guys that had that beat. But they aged up they made, you know, the stuff more current. And they could be edgier than they could back in the old days. Are you trying to unlock this thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn invisible.
Well, when I try to open it, it doesn't even let me do the lock that it did before. Open it. Ah, I got it.
You don't have permission.
Oh, sorry. I'm leaving.
About to be ejected.
Yeah. Well, I'm good at deception, right? So. What the hell's going on?
Congrats.
Oh, a stun drop. Okay.
Oh. Like, why wouldn't it let me do anything? You know, I haven't seen the second Airplane though in a long time. I remember still liking it. That's the one with the space shuttle, right?
Yeah.
See, that's the progression.
Is that
would
the
want.
one with like Over, Unger, and Done?
Yeah, and it's like fucking Shatner, right? Shatner's the guy at the like Cape Canaveral or whatever, right? Instead of Beau Bridges or Lloyd Bridges.
It's been a while.
Been a while. But I remember showing the plane go through the clouds like Jaws at the beginning. Yeah, they were taking like the first like flights to space and shit, and it was like William Stryker. You can fly a plane. Surely you can fly a space shuttle. I mean, honestly, I love it so much. Robert Hayes, there's a guy whose career just like went and like fizzled the fuck out.
So if you guys can find your way in here,
Oh, I'm
Either
sorry.
through
We're scared every time we go in
teleportation
somewhere.
or... Okay.
Let's go.
Alright. Going into
But
the
yeah,
portal.
Robert Hayes, man, he was really great in those movies, and I think he had like a sitcom or two in that era. And then he just like fucking vanished, man. Like even I would have thought like this is terrible, but like I would have thought that the girl that was in that movie would have gone. That I can't remember her name. I have it right in my head. She's from What About Bob? But you know she's got that just like the like Born to Play a Librarian.
Yeah.
Uh,
I can't think of what her name is though.
Julie Haggerty.
Hmm.
Boom, out of nowhere, just pops into my head, like, drops out of the sky. I would have thought, like, she wouldn't have had a career, but, man, her career, she's been fucking working forever. Like, she's been, every time I'm just like, holy shit, there's Julie Haggerty. But you never go, holy shit, there's Robert Hayes. It's a lot.
Couple turns should do it.
Oh, hey. Hidden room.
29.
Gold.
Yeah, and poor, like, and good for Leslie Nielsen, but at the same time, like, good God, man. Like, a little goes a long way, and then it's just like his whole like that. Okay,
Yeah.
some people don't get lucky enough to have back halves of careers as good as Leslie Nielsen, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, poor Leslie Nielsen, he was getting paid to do what he, blah blah blah. He might have hated doing it by the end too. Who knows? Just like, oh, okay, well, I was a serious actor, and then now I'm famous for a failed TV show that got me a movie career. It's just like, thanks to Airplane, I have this, and blah, blah, blah. But, like,
arrived in the nick of time.
I would have liked to have seen him get to do, like, a real serious change at the end.
So long, I guess I'm half
Seems like the kind of guy who would have been on Law & Order SVU right near the end.
for sacrificing yourself to save me. Such courage brings a tear to the eye. It's too late. The lamp has sunk her claws into you and is booting me out. Don't like it. Swap with someone else.
So the genie has trapped me in the lamp.
Okay.
Freedom's sweet nectar. How I missed you. Oh, my rescuer left behind a servant. I'm terribly sorry for your loss. I'm sure you're at your wit's end without your master.
My master, huh?
Companion? Oh, I see. Sale of the flesh is an admirable trade. I'm sure you'll find another benefactor. However, should you wish to trade places with your companion, simply touch the lamp. Now, I must be off. I'm a century late for an appointment. A fight? How adorable. Very well, it's been too long since I flexed these glorious magical muscles. Aha!
Alright.
Okay, I am right up next to this motherfucker. So, I don't like that. Dread Ambusher. No. That went about as well as I thought. Alright.
And I'm just picking up everything.
I'm just gonna keep hitting him. Alright, well, unfortunately, I don't like my, charm. Fuck it. Yeah, end turn. Let's see, what can we do to this guy as Shadowheart? I wonder what happens if you banish the guy.
Good question.
Like, what would happen to you?
I don't know.
Well, it's 30%, so I'm not going to try it.
That's an interesting question, though.
Yeah, but I am going to try to command him to drop his weapon. That's only 42%. Let's see if I can I get it at a higher level, do it better at a higher level? Let's try 3rd level. Nope, it's still 42%, so.
Yeah, I can get out of here, so. There's a way.
Drop. 1st level spell. See if we can get him to drop it. Yes! The weapon is dropped! Where is it now? Where's his fucking weapon? Give it a thing! Give it a thing! Where is it?
His weapon is unobtainable.
Is that what it says?
I don't know. It's an option. If it's like not showing up, maybe it's the game doesn't like actually have it is a thing you can get from him.
Do you want me to get you out of there?
No.
Okay.
I'm just I'm looting right now.
Alright, well, that worked. So, I at least can do, I did that to him. And then we're gonna, is there anything nearby that I can, no. I'll just offhand attack, you know what, I'm not gonna even do that. I'm gonna get the hell away from him. And then I'm gonna fire at him. This gives me a little bit of better shot. Sonic Backlash. Oh, they're asking you for a reaction if you want to take one.
Oh, hold on, let me switch to Gale.
Yeah, it's Gael's turn. Genie to genie, man. You know, you're not doing that great. Ah, damn it. Would you get away from me, dude? I can't hit you very hard with these things. Unfortunately, they don't do shit against you. Alright. Damn, 25%? I was going to try to hit him with Scroll of Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Arrow of Salving. The hell?
That
just...
Welcome back. I summoned a Quasit, so the Quasit's stuck in the lamp. My summon's stuck in the lamp, and I'm back out.
What is the arrow that keeps somebody from healing?
Oh, is there one? I don't think there is.
I thought there was. Oh. the arrow of ill matter. Prevent your target from regaining hit points. I don't have much of a shot. But... Oh shit. That blasted his ass. Yeah, I just dropped him for like serious fucking points. Too bad I missed on that one. Dang.
Do not react in silent battle.
Damn. Sneak attack
If somebody
range.
touches the lamp,
Mm-hmm.
they go into it. So I wonder what happens if I throw him into the... Okay, never mind.
Sorry, I was like...
I was going to throw him into the lamp.
Next time, like, call pause. Yeah, because I'm like... I'm hearing you start to pose a hypothetical about something, but as I'm already... I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I don't even know if you can pick him up.
Oh. Maybe.
Like, can you pick up the genie that's right here?
Yeah.
You can, huh? Hmm.
Hold on.
I mean, I don't care
Get
if you
out of
do
the
that.
way.
Or you want the genie out of the way. Yeah.
What to do?
Target is blocked. Huh. You know what? Yeah, I can't.
He disappeared. And, you know, for all intents and purposes, when his weapon dropped, he didn't get it back.
Yeah, I managed to pick it up.
Oh.
Scimitar. Oh, weird. Yeah.
But did he go into the lamp?
Hmm?
Did it go into the lamp, or was it just sitting there and I just couldn't
No, it was
access
just
it?
sitting there next to the lamp. It's
That's-
weird shape, too.
Yeah, I was like looking for a weird shape to like, for it to highlight. Oh well, doesn't matter. You got it.
There, it's in your inventory now.
Oh well. Should we give it to the other genie?
Only.
Don't give me trouble now.
Excellent source of arcana.
I guess the genie
Magic
doesn't
should
get
come in quite handy.
an inventory, right?
Rule of Artistry of War. Learn. Alright, Gale has a new spell.
Artistry of War?
Yep, it's like a custom spell from this game.
Hmm.
Can only get here.
Do, 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 do. All right. Are you in the building, or are you still in the?
Yeah, yeah, I'm here. Where I don't see where you're at.
I came. I went out of the portal.
Oh, I'm still in.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
still in here.
Okay.
There's more stuff here.
To pick up.
Yeah.
Okay. No worries. I'm gonna be right back. Did you like any of the scary movies?
Um, the first couple were just okay. They weren't great, and after that, they
I
just
kind of
got
thought this
progressively worse and worse.
because it was weird. I kind of liked. I don't. I want to remember like it was like maybe the fourth one. But those were the movies that gave us Anna Faris, everybody. Look, she's got her fans.
Are you gonna come back through the portal, or?
Oh, you need. You said that. You said there was just stuff. I asked if there was things you were gonna pick up.
Oh yeah, there's more to this area.
All right, I'll be right back in. There's this cat looking at me. This cat really likes being up here, even with the fucking patio in the state it's in. I can't call it a patio. It's just stairs. All right. I mean, I think Anna Faris is funny. She's just not in funny things.
Yeah.
It's like like Matthew Perry is one of the funniest people ever. And he was in terrible movies because he's just like they just wanted him to be Chandler, basically. But I find that a lot of people that are really funny are just in terribly written movies, and it's like they just don't say no because everybody wants to be. They want that check.
Yeah.
They want that blah blah blah, and I am really bothered though by, man, I really, like it was, I was just watching the thing about like that Lisa Kudrow said that she, after he died, she could finally start watching the show. Because she's like, now it wasn't about me, it was about him. And now she can watch it because she wants to see her friend, like, be funny. Like, she wants to remember him, how he was. And, that's pretty cool. And I just kept thinking, man, like, I don't know. I just relate to his story, so it's a cautionary tale. And it's not one of those be careful what you wish for kind of things. It's just, no, you just...
And this door is locked.
Why
And I, like, I remember that video that I made, 35 on that one, about the Friends reunion, and being like, like, but like, feeling kind of like,
Step carefully.
I don't know.
After wizards,
Disarm, dude. Come on.
Ramazith, Elminster, Silverhand, and Karsus. Secrets of Netheril might lie behind his door, I wonder.
Oh, natural 1 and a 4. I can't see all the... Okay. Yeah.
You can always hold the X button.
But I really was like, man, like I really was rooting for that guy, man. Mostly, and I don't care how it sounds, but it was kind of like his success felt like maybe my success, like it, as far as like recovery goes. Like, I wanted the guy to be alive for a lot longer, I wanted him to like, of course I mean, what kind of monster does it? But I mean, like, it's one of those things where I was like, for people that suffer from all this stuff, when you see every once in a while somebody pull out of it, like Downey Jr.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's
like the last chapter is like positive.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of stories of that, of people that never got the heights of like a Downey Jr. or Matthew Perry.
So I went through this sober.
Be cautious.
There's some traps here.
Be wary. This place is trapped.
36. And all the, like, I think about all the people who died before their time or whatever, and I think about Kurt Cobain, and I'm just kind of like, and I don't know, here's the thing, man, I've had plenty of time to, like, have all different kinds of feelings about that one, but the thing that I don't like is, I guess, is seeing, like, and I'm sure I've done it, like, is the people that glom onto him because, oh, he... 2 natural 20s. I rolled 2 natural 20s. On a fucking stupid ass. Anyway.
400 chance.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know, right? But, shit. I derailed myself there. But just the fact that, like, I don't know, he's this suicidal icon, like, or, however, whatever people believe happened to him, blah, blah, blah. But
so much, yeah.
Honestly, to me, it matters less to me now whether or not he did it himself or not. He was gonna end up there anyway. Like, maybe not, but like the guy, he just escaped. Like, and I call it escaped. He escaped rehab. He's one of those people who, like, I don't know if he could ever have handled anything more than what he was already doing, but he seemed like he didn't need to be he didn't need to be a musician. He shouldn't have been a musician. or at least not then. Like, he should have gotten, you know, like, back then it still is this way, but, like, I don't know which door you went in, so I could have just screwed this all up. I went through a door that I thought you went in, but
I'm not sure which one I went either.
I feel like I shouldn't even. Shit. I wonder if, like.
Yeah, this place is kind of
Step
confusing.
carefully. There's a trap.
But I just feel like another natural 20. I like their music.
Be wary.
I liked it back
This place is
then.
trapped.
I still like some of it now, but honestly, I feel like a lot of it doesn't. It's just not as. What the fuck is going on here? I was like disarming us, and all of a sudden, all these things start flying. But there's just so many other people that, like, I don't know. It's that way though. It's the same with Jim Morrison and Hendrix and Joplin and all the ones who died, whether it was like accidental or on purpose. Although I believe all of those guys were accidentals, right? Those were just overdoses. Or like I think Morrison died from trying to get better. I think that might have been what really caused his heart failure, man. Was him trying to get sober finally, and it just at a time when he should have been like probably taken to a special place instead of just being in France. But like those people didn't mean to die.
Step carefully.
He did.
There's a trap.
And that's the difference for me, is people like embracing that real dark side of it all, of like, you know, he knows what I'm feeling, and it's like, no man, no. He doesn't know what anybody's feeling anymore, okay? Like, and you didn't really know how he was feeling. You feel the way you feel.
Watch how you go. There's a trap.
Do not emulate this motherfucker. He was
the permanent solution to a temporary problem.
He was suffering from a disease that he could not fight. He couldn't beat. He let it beat him. And I don't mean that in a negative, like, fuck you let it beat you. It beat him. That's all, plain and simple.
It's a tragedy.
And if you want to look at it, you got to look at it. This is what I don't want. If I'm doing something in my life that I just can't handle, and I've got problems, I gotta have that strength. But like most people can't. That's where you get Amy Winehouses and Kurt Cobains and. And there's plenty of people that still are around from my era and my parents' era and stuff, that if you want to like celebrate their music, celebrate the people that lived. You know, people that, are still alive or whatever, like the ones that have problems that are still, fighting, instead of, focusing on the people who, just gave up. Or, again, let the disease beat them. Did you go through this door?
Through that door, yeah.
And I sometimes get angry at people that are like, when I see them, like, and I know I shouldn't, I know I have no reason to, like, I'm not judging them. It's more like I'm just like, I don't know. I think it's like when like, somebody that's better than that, which I'm sure people have thought about me. Like, he's better than this, blah, blah, blah,
These notes are no mere diary. These are the visions of Carsus himself. designs for the crown he hoped to forge,
Yeah,
and the new form
When you see people going
he
down
just
the,
was.
create with it.
He
When you
was
Seems
who he
Raphael
was.
telling
Yeah.
you the truth.
It's
The
sad.
crown you saw atop the Elder Brain
when
is
you see people
indeed of
going down the same
Karsus's
road as
making.
you did,
Reunite the crown with the dead
and you're
tree's
like, no,
netherstones, and
no.
Karsus's design might yet be completed. You could wield the power of a god.
And that's just, I think that's just shit that happens as you get older. You know, whatever you mistakes you made, blah blah blah, whether it's addiction or just regular ass mistakes, you know, financial ones or whatnot.
Though Karsus could only have worn the crown
Hold on
for
just a
mere
second.
moments,
Yeah.
he managed to destroy an
Uh-oh.
empire, killing thousands
Bill's
in the
pussy's loose.
process. In the hands of the dead three's chosen, it threatens to do much
Yeah, that's
the
right. I
same.
said it.
You must find a way to stop them.
I went blue
To
for a
render the
second,
crown
everybody.
harmless, detonating the orb if necessary.
Although I
You
guess
can
blue is
save
anytime you're
Faerun
just
from
a
Karsus's evil
fucking
and the
piece of
absolutes
shit.
in one fell.
I guess that is blue. So I guess I've always been blue.
The new spell.
I like blue though, the color blue, but I don't think I look good wearing it. But I think I just look like a doofus no matter what. So.
Don't we all?
Nope. Sorry, that's just not true. There's just some people that love looking at themselves, man. I fucking love it. I find myself like, I used to look at myself in the mirror a lot more than I do now. And I guess that means I've accepted myself, you know? Because I don't hide from the mirror or nothing. I used to, you know, like, look at myself a lot. And be like, ugh. Oh, God.
And it's not really important.
But like, yeah, after a while, I was like, I never really thought about it. It's one of those things that you think that you remember that you just like suddenly go, wow, I don't look at myself that often.
Right.
I don't concern myself with how much I, concerned about my looks, even though I don't do much on camera stuff now. But that's more of just like, that's just me not wanting to fucking get anything set up. Because it's just where I am, you know what I mean? Although, I wanted to bring this up, is I was thinking about doing the Vox Machina Origins comics.
That could be.
Where then I can use the Critical Role background and have my intro be something along the lines of, hello everyone and welcome back to Smirking Gun. Where one nerdy-ass amateur voice actor talks about Critical Role comic books.
Mutation.
And it would give me a reason to be on camera.
Oh, that was the wrong way. Silverhand. I'm just trying different things.
Yeah.
Silverhand.
Red right hand.
Abjuration. Done. That's the wrong way. Silverhand. Evocation. I'll try evocation. Okay, that's a new one. Vulnerability. Gauge. Wish. What wish? There we go.
Watch how you go.
Holy shit, okay, I think it's good. So... 36.
Step carefully. There's a trap.
Well, I'm sorry about that, Rena. I try to at least have something interesting to say.
There's a trap.
Still, like I said, it's really a comfort thing, like in being like feeling like I'm in a place that I want to like film. Like and right now, I just like I can barely. Like I'm gonna tomorrow night's stream, I'll be on camera and I'll still have like the Critical Role background behind me because I just if it works, you know what I'm saying? Like I just where I'm filming is just unacceptable to me, and I'm not gonna. It's not 37. Until that changes, you know. But again, it's also like, yeah, I know. Yeah, it's you're just saying that. I'm just like, I want to every day, you know. And if there's part of it that's my own problem is that, you know, I'm not trying harder like I would at, like when I was at, you know, where I used to live, where I would spend the time making, but like I can't, if my brain won't let me. And I'm pretty sure Bill probably knows what I'm talking about when I say that. Like,
Yeah.
I just if I can't do it the way I want to, I don't want to do it at all. And I don't mean that like kicking and screaming. Like, I mean I just don't want. If I can't,
Or it's
it's
just gonna bug you.
yeah.
That's gonna bother you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be thinking about how this could be so much better if I was like this or like that, and blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, and then nothing gets done. That's the problem. Like,
Come on, open up.
why it takes longer to do things, and how I can like feel like I'm just like behind all the time because the way my stupid brain works. There's times though where I want to fight with myself today. I know that how that probably sounds to people, but I had a moment of like where I was like I felt myself sliding towards just like a real negative state of mind that I just said, stop it. Like literally out loud too. It's like, stop it. There's nothing wrong. Do not invent some problem because, you know, you can't let yourself be happy. Or you can't accept that nothing's wrong right now. So you got to create a problem where there isn't one. And I won that fight today.
Yeah.
And if I hadn't won that fight today, I probably wouldn't be playing right now.
Mm.
That's how serious it is. Like so many things is about a fight I lost with myself, and then I just wallow in that feeling of like a self-created problem that I've allowed to take over my day, night, whatever. And being aware of it is like, you know, again, trying to figure
Being
out
able to beat it.
and figuring out the triggers and stuff like that. This is why, you know,
Yeah.
like, I'll say certain things, and it's like, you know, because I mean, you know, in some ways things are better than from where I was. In other ways, it's worse. And by that I mean like my content is different now because of it. I had somebody that I was on a stream with a while back just saying to me like, you know, I miss the way you used to be, and I'm like, well, I don't really know what that means because I feel like I sound the same, and I don't mean vocally. I mean I think that my takes are still pretty much the same kind of takes as I've always had. But I think a lot of it was like based off of anger. Like people like having these like thinking I'm just some ranting and raver all the time, and it's like, no. I think, and I also think that passion and ranting can be misunderstood. Like going on a long, passionate tangent is different than going on a long, angry tirade. I think that it can be subtle that people can't pick up on the difference. But also just, my lack of interest in covering more. I just don't. The honest thing is, it's not a lack of interest in talking about new things. It's the rush that I had to feel about when I was doing it. I have to be here to watch this now, to get the video up, to get it out fast, It's like, it's so much more satisfying to make it the way I want to make it, even if hardly anybody watches it. Because in the end, I have so many videos where I'm like, I'll go back and look at it and go, God, if I had just had more time. If I just let myself have more time. Should I unlock this?
You can try, but I'm not sure you're gonna have the opportunity.
Well, let's see. Can I go into stealth? Oh, I'm being watched. So, oh yeah, they're like clicking right at me. Hey, what's up, buddy? I want to talk to you. Yeesh. Alright.
Over here. Yeah.
With a flick of the wrist.
Welcome.
You've been spotted fiddling with that lock. Best fiddle with something else.
Well, I think because, should I try it now?
No. Might have to be invisible.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. But it's like, I do plan on going back to on-screen content. But it is like, it's a comfort thing, right?
Yeah, you should definitely make stuff for yourself first, or else you're gonna get burned out.
Yeah, because it's like, I'm watching, like, I just posted that I started watching Shogun. And, like, I know that if I had, the old me would have made a video for every single episode of that show. And I'd be like racing to get it out. But I'd be like,
foot in a restricted area.
God damn it, I did it again.
A swift exit may be in order.
I think it might be you again.
A valiant, but
Okay, I'll unattach Gale.
But yeah, I would have like.
You don't have permission to be here. You're about to be ejected.
Dang it! Why did I go in there?
Not a dicky. It's really quite disappointing.
Yeah, but now, like, if I had tried to do that now, knowing what I like to do with my content, I couldn't.
You don't have permission to be here.
I wouldn't, like, I could make the video, like, right away. I could record the actual,
A valiant.
like, reaction or whatever, or discussion video. But it would still be, like, a couple of days before I'd be able to put it out the way I want to. And now, like, that's why it's like, you don't have the capacity to watch such a hard thing. Well, I mean, what I'm like, and so, I mean, I don't care how this sounds, but I mean, but I was like, here's, okay, I'm gonna, like, need to talk about this then. So I really like the movie Silence. I've talked about it before. Martin Scorsese's Silence is amazing. I love it. Because it talks about the time period in Japan where if you were a Christian and you tried to bring Christianity into Japan, you were going to get your ass fucking killed.
Permission to be here.
And I don't agree with.
At 20.
Well, in Shogun, the there's Christians running around that are Japanese, and they're not just like, you know, peasants and stuff. So I was like, wait a minute, like what? When did that? I thought that they didn't want Christianity in Japan. So I started doing research. Well, I'm like, I paused because this is what happened, and I went and looked it up, and it was like, yeah, between 1610 and like 1842 or something like that, or 1837 or something like that. It was like that. And the show when it starts is in 1600, so it's 10 years before. But like the show takes a lot of like the first couple of episodes is about how the Portuguese. See, this is shit I didn't know. Like I didn't get taught this, or I didn't look up this stuff in high school. But like the Portuguese found Japan, right? They with Magellan and all that. They took that route. Well, somebody like the Portuguese found Japan, and basically they were like the only people trading there. They didn't let Japan know about anywhere else in the world, right? And no one else knew how to find this until the English went around Magellan Strait and found them, like basically in the story anyway. Like this is what goes, but in this story, this is what's going on, and this guy finds them, and like, but the true part of it is like that is the deals that were being made, and how Spain and like Portugal had like decided to divvy up, you know, like people like would just say anything like that we discovered here is ours. And up until that point, they had been tolerating, I guess, Christianity. And the story is kind of built on one of the characters revealing that the Christians are there for their own shit. Like they're trying to basically set up their own governments, and you guys don't even like. They're going to try to do something like Christianity is gonna take over your fucking country. And that's where it's coming in on Shogun. So I was like, ooh, what? Hate the Christians? Where? What? So I was like, yes. Where are we gonna? When are the Japanese gonna decide to kick the Christians out of there? Like, please tell me this show takes over, you know, more than just 10 years time. So I'm already. I don't care how it sounds. I really don't. But I'm all for a show that should, like, look, Japan like has their own horrible history. Okay.
Yeah.
This is not forgiving that. This is being the one time that they were against something that, you know, like they didn't want those kind of influences taking over the country.
History is very complicated.
Yeah. Yeah. And they wanted their own shit too, so it's blah blah blah. But it's just anything that like. It's like a what if, man. Like there's a what if that I want, man. It's like, what? Has anybody ever made the movie of what would have happened? What would the world be like without Christianity? Like, there's God's not dead. There should be no God's dead. God, let's make that movie. No, actually, God is dead. And we make the movie where there's this what the world would be like without Christians. And I'm sorry, good ones, bad ones, the ones in between. Like, or just Christianity, okay? Not the people, okay? People still get born, blah, blah, blah. There's just not the influence of Christianity. And the thing is like, that story, if I really think about it, would be replaced by something else. And then maybe that is like a really pessimistic. You'd have to basically say, what if we as a species did not invent religion? What would that world be like? And that'd be the world where you see those weird futures like that are in games like Assassin's Creed of like the people before time, the people who had like all this technology and shit. They were like all about like, you know, a higher state of being as people. And yet they still found a way to die or some bullshit. You know, like, and then created the rest of the people who created religion and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I guess it's just that to me, I believe in a world where there are dragons and dragonborn more than I believe in a world where they were fucking angels and other shit. Like I know both of them can't exist in this like reality. But,
Speaking of which, I'm gonna go talk to the angel lady at the camp.
okay, yeah, I'm going off on it. But and just about everybody on the show, by the way, is horrible, like in their own fashion. Like when you look at the way, like you know, anybody that's good or you'd say are the good guys still follow their fucking traditions that are horrifyingly,
Mother's
you know.
milk, your visage speaks of ill tidings.
To say they're
Speak,
out of
ally
date,
mine. What troubles
you know, is a statement that shouldn't even be used. Like if somebody were like, you know, Feudal Japan's ideas are a little out of date. It'd be like, no, man.
Let us
like,
not dwell on those dark days.
That's not how you
Is
call
he
it.
indeed?
They are things that needed to go
Pray
extinct.
tell, what does he seek
They needed
from
to
Dame
die.
Aylin?
But there's been ideologies and ways of being, you know, to hold people back that even
Let
now
them
need to
come
die.
and let
So
them find me. Dame Aylin will strike
I,
down
I know
any
how
who
much
seek to
YouTube
bring her
loves
to
when people
harm's
say
home.
things like die.
Yet,
I love it.
it is better to
People
cut
want to
off
know
the
like
head of the snake than to let its
how much
slithering
a video can
snakelings
be
swarm us
affected
unabated.
by saying it's not made for children.
This wizard must be
You
held
lost
to
like
account.
95% of YouTube
I
right
will
there.
wring his neck until he's dead.
Take them down together.
His end will
This
be
has
one
been
more
a
strand in
wild
the great
66
braid of
minutes.
our
It's
friendship.
only been 66 minutes. We have
I'm
had
coming
some
with you.
crazy conversations.
I'd like to get a few licks in myself.
My darling, we agreed you'd scout for the nearest
Mostly
Selûnite
started by
enclave this
myself,
very
but-
night. Let us divide our efforts, all the sooner to be reunited.
I won't let you go alone. Who knows what this wizard might have planned?
Our closest ally will accompany me, won't you? It will be a swift and fruitful chore. Hie we to this Leroican right away. I am as eager to meet him as he is to ensnare.
I like happier stuff. After rewatching Guardians 3, I looked at it from first off. I looked at it from an audience perspective. Yeah, I mean, from an audience perspective, that movie hits everybody where they live because it's, well, not where they live, but it hits everybody like cute little animals with faces that talk that are, you know, being like, you know, tested on and stuff. I mean, that's if you. Yeah,
Welcome, dear
that's
patron, to Sorceress
that's gonna hit the
I am
heartstrings.
an
And
unperson in service
the High Evolutionary,
of the
while I
revered
still
wizard
think he is
Leroican,
completely wasted on the one
proprietor
film.
of this fine establishment.
Hopefully, I want him to come
browse
back
our
in
wares,
in another fashion,
trade.
but you know, they've
To
already
provide
taken away his
information
ability
about
to
the
be
night song,
a
say
whole
night
face
song.
threat now. In my
If
opinion,
you
at
are a
least
city official
how
here to
movies.
I
collect dues,
don't think he ever
say
would have been.
taxes,
Oh, I think he
honestly.
could have. I think that they could have had him
Say
slowly building a thing where they just at least make another Avengers movie about him, like
You are not
built
Mr.
around
Martin
it,
Hunt,
where he
the
could have been
collections
working behind the
officer
scenes,
assigned to
pulling
this
some of the
establishment.
heroes and like experimenting on them to make
Logic
like
detected.
super
How else
people
can I
for
help you
his
today?
like utopia. Like he could never. He wanted his utopia. He felt lacked, like yeah, you know, he felt they needed or something like that. And like at the end of certain movies, like you know, like the end of the Spider-Man movie, fucking Spider-Man just disappears. You know, and you find out he's like next thing, you know, like the end post-credit scenes, he's facing the High Evolutionary. You know, like, what the fuck? Like we're going to figure out what makes you so special. You know, like that's just my own. Like I just came up with that off the drop of a hat.
Are you seeing this or?
What have we?
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
A magician in a tower.
I just wanted to make sure it was
Hiding
showing.
away
But I
from
still
the
think I
frightening
just think he
world.
like
What
especially
is he
after seeing the
scared
guy's
of,
performance.
Magus?
I was like,
Not the night song,
he doesn't look like
surely.
the High Evolutionary, but
Why,
damn did
she's
I like
nothing
the
but a
way that
relic
guy
to
played
be
him.
purchased
The
and
complete like
pursued.
God detached,
God.
Yeah.
The
like the
elixir
way
is
he looks down
perfect.
on anything and his
At
anger at
last.
not seeing
Those
something that a
actions
lower
of
life.
narcissism.
Yeah,
My
the
dear.
not recognizing a
You
lower
will
life
address me
form
with
might
due
have actually
deference.
been able
The
to
anger.
think
I
something
am
from him. Like
Dame
you know, it's
Aylin.
his own
But you
creation.
are a
You made
whelp
it,
without
like
honor,
it's
without
that
pride,
was like some
with
of the,
nothing
and I
but a
even liked
tower
Adam
of your
Warlock.
trinkets.
This time
Oh,
around, where I
my
was like, you know what,
apologies, Dame Aylin.
it's
I
fine.
They
meant
made
no
him born
disrespect.
yesterday.
I asked
Yeah,
our
they
mutual
at
friend
least
here
explained
to
it too. Like,
make an introduction.
and
He
again,
might
because of the
get to meet
multiverse,
the
none of these
famed
characters
daughter
are ever
of
really gone.
Selûne.
They can always drop a guy in and say,
Forgive me for that
you know,
impudence.
Doom opens
Perhaps
up a
our
portal and
friends
brings
can
in the
bridge the
high
gap and
evolutionary.
do
And,
what
I
I
don't know.
believe they
Like, who fucking
came
knows?
here to do.
But like, I do think that the movie had too many "oh, this character's gonna die" moments.
Yeah.
Like, too many pull the rugs out from under you on those things. They should have committed to at least killing somebody. And even if it was like maybe Peter
My
and like, but
steel-hearted
like a
friend
fake out
speaks
where
true.
somebody like smuggles
Give
him
me
home
one good reason,
and
Magus,
he's there with his
why I should not
grandfather.
strike you down where you stand.
But
Dame Aylin,
I also appreciated him
discovered
more
a
at my
device
irritation
that would
over
allow
how he
your
was written
immortality to be
in
shared.
Infinity War
It would cause you no harm, no
has
pain of any kind.
dissipated, and
You serve your mother Selûne, I believe. She
because it's just
has
like
blessed our realm with so many gifts
I'm sorry for talking over this,
by sharing
No,
yours.
that's not a problem.
You
but
dare to threaten
I just felt like
me
that
with
was
the
a
same
moment that I
magic
wouldn't have
that held me in
recognized it as
torment
for what it
100
was, which is
years.
plot over character.
You do not
They had
seek
to,
share
Thanos
my
had to
gifts.
win, so it
You
means they
seek
had to fail
poach
there.
them.
How do you make them fail? And they chose Peter gets
I
angry
had hoped to appeal to
over
your better
Gamora
nature.
and ruins the whole thing. And I was like,
overestimated you.
I just
No
didn't
bother.
realize that they were
I
going to
have an
write him
arsenal
that
of implements
immature.
capable of convincing you
Yeah.
For that moment, that serious of a moment, he was going to get that immature. But we saw him quick to anger in the second Guardians. When he finds out his dad killed his mom, he immediately shoots him.
And he's definitely portrayed as kind of immature.
Yeah,
The,
in Rash. But I just
like
in
the
that
rest of the
in that moment, everybody was like doing their job, and he failed. And I just like, and I really don't think. And again, after he came back, I honestly thought that there should have been some sort of like,
You could have reaped the
like I don't
rewards
know,
of
man,
my
like
good favor.
somebody should have been like, I don't know. I guess it's like it's one of those things. I guess you just don't give anybody shit for once it's all over and everybody's back alive. And you don't want to be the guy who walks up to Peter and like goes, "Yeah, I remember what you did."
Once I've taken control of the
Like,
Asimar,
Peter Parker could have walked up to him and punched him in the face and was like, "You're the reason I fucking got dusted, asshole." Like,
I would never have assisted you if
then
I
again,
knew such horrors.
Doctor Strange did look at 6 million
right,
possibilities.
yeah, I know. It's all. It's like, look, the writing. They did try. Like,